welcome to part 2 from the Linux shed of how to set up a Minecraft server. It's a very simple guide on how to do it. In part 1 we set up the server and we got it working locally, but we've been asked in the comments by Flake101, I think his name was, about how to allow others over the internet to access the server so you can play with your friends or family. So to do this, it's quite straightforward. I won't be able to tell you how to do it on every single router, but I'll give you the guide on my router, and hopefully I'll give you the knowledge on how to set it up on your router. If you get stuck, in the comments below, put your router model number, make a model number in the comments, and I will try and help you out there. So the first thing we need to do is find the IP address of our router. So depending on what router you got, they're all different. Depending on how your network's set up on your IP addresses. So what we do first is head over to command prompt. So if you're on Windows, just type CMD in the search and press enter, and it'll take you to the command prompt. And then what you need to do is just type ipconfig, and then it'll give you a list of IP addresses here, and the one we're after is my Ethernet adapter. So what you see here on the gateway is your router address. That's 10.0.0.1 for me. For you, it could be 192.168.1.1 or .0.1 or 192.168.1.254. They're normally the popular default gateways for the routers in the UK anyway. Maybe the same in the US or anywhere around the world. So now we've got the address here. We need to go back to our web browser and type in the router address in the address bar. So it was 10.1. I've got it set a bit different. I go through a different port, so I've got a :81, but you won't need to do that. You'll just put in the router address as you saw in command prompt. Once you get onto your router, it will ask you for the username and password. I've just logged in recently, so it's not asking me. The usernames and the password on most routers are admin or admin password, or if you've got a router from your internet service provider, it'll be on the back of the router. It'll tell you the username and password you need. It might even tell you the IP address as well, so you might not have to go through command prompt. So what you need to look for on your router is in the configuration, you'll see NAT. If you click on NAT, it might even be under LAN, but it's more than likely going to be under NAT. And then what you need to go to then is port redirection. Again, it could be called port forwarding on yours. It could be, but it'll be port forwarding, port redirection. Normally they're the main two labels they call it. So what you need then is set up a new port redirection. So we can, on your router, it might be set a new one up, or it could just be clicking on the next one available and setting it up. So the way to set it up is on this router, this is a Draytech. On this router, I'll enable the port redirection. I will click a single range. I will type in Minecraft because it's for a Minecraft server. Now I think Minecraft just uses TCP, but just in case, I always usually do TCP and UDP. So I'll set this one up as TCP. The port we set up on the Minecraft server was 191.180. Now you may have set it up differently when you set it up, but if you followed the guide that I set up, we used 191.180. So the public port is 80. We'll put the private port as 80 as well. The private port as 80. 191.180, and the address. This is the address of your Minecraft server. Now my Minecraft server was on 10.0.0.16. Now when you set it up, you may be on a different IP range. You may set up on something different. Press OK on that, and then I will then create another port direction, and I'll do it for UDP as well. Exactly the same settings. So I call this Minecraft UDP. And I'll do exactly the same settings. So the port we use was 191.180. Any for that. And then the private IP was our local IP address of the server that only we see, not people on the internet. And then we set up the same for the private port. And then press OK. Make sure it's enabled. Once that's done, you will then need to go onto the internet and find out what your public IP address is. So to do that, I normally type what is my IP address, or what is my IP, and then click on what is my IP, and then it will come up just here. And this is not my public IP because I'm running on a VPN, so that's not mine. So copy that IP address, and then tell your friends or family to go into Minecraft. Once they're in Minecraft, they need to set up and add new IP. Actually, we'll do that right now. We may as well do that now. So let me go over to, let me just load up Minecraft. And once it's loaded, I will put that on another screen. Sorry, I wasn't going to do this, but I've decided to do it now.